Hello everybody, this is Fanny, how are you? Welcome to this video number 3 for the Chakradventure third edition, the Sacral Chakra. So very simple video today. We're gonna talk about the Musk oil that is related to the spleen of Hathor. So they associate their flowers to Egyptian gods. So yesterday I forgot to mention it was the base of Set. I had prepared something, I forgot to talk about it. So Set, it was interesting because after recording that video yesterday, I had a lot of anger, right? And I was talking about that oil that is meant to unblock the karmic charges, the blocks that you have that prevent you from manifesting, and stuff that I already thought I was over many times always come back. The stuff that maybe you don't understand and that are blocking you from moving forward, maybe cutting cords with people that don't align with you, with toxic relationships, or simply a mindset. So Set, let's remind it, was the brother of Isis, I think, or no, of Osiris. And the story when he actually murdered his brother Osiris, right, fighting for Isis. And that made me think of this feeling of anger. I talk about it in my oracle. All feelings come from love. Okay, even jealousy come from love. When you're worried about your kids and you're angry, many times I'm worried about my kid, and it actually translates as anger. Or when I wish, when I came here and I decided to stay in Jacksonville because I believed in my online community, that there would be partnerships, that I wrote a 600 pages book about a community that is just not even, giving me a feedback or a comment on it, or trying to do partnerships. There's a lot of disappointment and anger and grudges in my part, and I'm not ashamed of it. It's just love that is not reciprocated. So it's not to excuse feelings of anger or the violence that is in the world, but maybe if we wanted to solve that, well, maybe learning to be nicer, kinder to each other, and stop thinking of our own interests and the consequences of our actions. If you have the power to help someone, to promote your own students, to promote your community, to create a new microeconomy, why don't you do it? I understand there's other factors, there's people on the line, but it's been years, and I don't understand why people prefer to promote millionaires who already have it all. Yes, they have a message, but there are people who are struggling and work hard and need this help more than ever, like your students. And these people are not promoted. And then I saw a post this morning from Adam Apollo about the 5D and the 3D, and it made me think, because he was saying, there is this non-judgment culture, oh, if you're judging others, then you're judging yourself and stuff like that. But the spiritual communities, they mostly narcissists. I'm not talking about Adam, I'm talking about narcissists in general, the people who abuse of their power on you or disregard you. They're always the one who promote non-judgment. Okay, so maybe look at the people who promote non-judgment and don't go to them, because if I'm gonna do you wrong and I'm like, then don't judge me, you're judging yourself. No, I'm judging you because you're acting wrong. Then we always say, oh, the people who are in the 5D, listen, because it's interesting. The people who are elevating in consciousness, they go to the 5D and stuff, and some others are stuck in the 3D. And I was like, I feel stuck all the time. But maybe it's not the way we see it. Maybe I'm stuck in the 5D because I do manifest things. I do have this connection. I do feel like I act right, like my heart tells me to do. And yet I'm not manifesting in a 3D. And then I see all these people who are millionaires and they're rich and they master the art of the 3D, maybe, but they're stuck in their principles because they mastered so much the making money, the business, all these 3D aspects that are relating to the root chakra, the earthly matters, right? So they believe that they have that answer, and they're so stuck in their principles that you have to grind, you have to go through that you have an audit, you have to be disappointed, you have to, no, you don't have to hurt each other, you don't have to let people grind, you don't. I'm happy if I can help a friend that is struggling, even though I don't care if she's working, I don't care if, you know, it's, you don't need to know people's background to help them, seriously. and and I was like, maybe they're stuck in their 3D, they're stuck in their principles because they will always be right, and because they have the money, they have the power, it will always be their way, and the people will just follow you. You know, I talked to you about this time in Egypt when I presented my oracle, and I was saying some stuff, and right after a friend, you know, came and told me, oh my God, I was wondering if you're ever going to shut up, you know. And a few minutes after, Matthias went to do his conference, and they were all like, oh, it was wonderful, it was wonderful. It was, but we were saying the same thing. And because I'm not famous, I don't have 2 million followers, and I'm not rich, you know, when I say it, it's like, oh my God, is she ever going to shut up? When the famous guy says something, oh, it's all wonderful. So it's just the spirit. In French we say l'esprit grégaire, you know. It's like the group will go where all go, you know, and you can tell them whatever. And so it's just a call to open your eyes, you know, and look at what is 3D, what is 5D. You know, maybe I'm stuck in 5D because I'm so connected, but I'm not open to manifesting on the earth. I don't want to, I'm just saying, stop having those rules, those principles, you know. Life is about your heart. What do you do from your heart to help people, to reciprocate the love? It's out of any principles or rules, or, you know, it's difficult already to establish relationships and partnerships. Why do we have to make it complicated? I don't understand. But anyways, so then the spleen of Hathor for the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra, you know, is the sexual energy, the womb, the creation. And a lot of time, people like narcissists, energy vampires, they will use this creative energy from you. They will take this, your ideas, your energy, you know, and they will manifest like legit from it, and then they leave you depleted, and you get broke, you get tired. Why? Because there's people pulling on your energy and they're thriving, and you're left like that. So at some point, you need to leave your feelings aside, you know, and you need to block that. You need to completely block it, and maybe you lost, it doesn't matter, but in the long run, you're gonna regain your sanity. The spleen of Hathor, you know, spleen and ideal. It's a French book. Who wrote that? Was it Balzac, or was it, I don't know. But what I wanted to talk about were the feelings, the spleen. You know, why am I using the sense in the painting, in the workshops? Because it awakens things. You know, have you heard about La Madeleine de Proust? In his book Mémoire d'Outre-Tombe, I think that's the one, Marcel Proust, there is a scene where he's talking a little Madeleine. I don't know how you say in English, it's a little pastry, and he eats the Madeleine, and all of a sudden it's like the same taste of his grandmother's Madeleine, right? And just to bite on it, the taste, the smell of it, he's transported back in the past, in his grandmother. It reminds him the memories of his grandmother, his childhood, and stuff like that. And this is exactly this. Always, I don't know, La Madeleine de Proust. Remember that, because you know, sometimes you eat something and you're like, oh my God, I'm back to my childhood and stuff. And this is what I wanted to do with the sense as well, you know, awakening your senses. So it reminds you of places, it reminds you of people, of memory. Oof, this is really strong. Okay, so, and these oils are powerful. I'm telling you, yesterday I was, whew. Okay, let's see. Musk. And Hathor, she was the goddess, the mother of mothers, right? The mother, and she was also the mother of Horus, god of the sky, and Ra, god of the sun. I'm not specialist in Egyptian history. You can go to watch all the Forbidden Knowledge or Robert Grants to have all these information. They're amazing for that. For me, I'm just giving you a few info I read on Google. But what I found interesting, I'm more specialist of connecting those things and evidencing how we are actually living them, how the story repeats itself, how we're replaying characters from the history, you know. And I was just preparing that, and I was reading the Natalie Cintanavich's book, La Délivrance par le Soleil, and she's talking about Hathor, so not written the same, this one has H, Hathor, the Egyptian goddess, but in her book she's talking about the Inca, and they had a drink called Hathor, which is a drink of light. So they had 3 suns, and it's like a drink, a beverage from these lights of 3 suns manifested, that they would drink that and it would heal everything and regenerate the cells. And when I was laying in the sun the other day, I literally, after having my wisdom teeth removed, I opened my mouth and I was just like, I'm gonna drink the sun. I opened my mouth and I had these rays of sun coming inside, and crazy because 20 minutes after my stitches fell off. And so I was like, well, maybe, I don't know, it healed super fast, the stitches went away. I should have probably done this every day, I'm not sure. But all these little things that are super interested. And one more thing for the sacral chakra, in my encyclopedia, I showed a picture of my friend Davi. So Davi, she's super awesome. She's a friend of mine who's vegan, and she always goes for all the natural remedies, natural stuff for everything. And she gave birth to her son naturally in water, in a bathtub in her home with her friend Tara, who is a doula. And she posted that picture on Instagram. And I thought that was so awesome that she shared that, because I had never seen that. You know, we always talk about birth in water, but it's rare that women want to actually share this private moment. So I asked her, I was like, would you be okay if I put that picture in the book? Because when I saw the picture, I was like, wow, like they did something to me, you know, like I've never seen anything like this. So just to show it's possible. My birth at the hospital was traumatic. I'm happy I wouldn't do it any other way, because I had complication and I was super stressed. I wanted to be at the hospital, I wanted to be monitored and everything, but not everything was great from the nurses and all that, you know. So if I had more confidence in myself, I would probably, you know, go for the birth and natural birth and a doula and everything. So I have a card here. The Lady of the Stars, Priestess of Sirius. So this is from the Isis Oracle, you know, because we're talking about the sacred feminine, the sacral chakra. So who better than Isis and Hathor, of course. They are both the goddess of the sacred feminine and the mothers from Alana for Child. This is strong. Maybe I'll attract a boyfriend today, who knows? Ooh. Oh, look at that. Instantly manifested.
I heard what you were saying.
What does he say?
Lady of the Stars.
Lady of the Stars. Okay, let's read the book and then that will be it. It's just a short session for today.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Sirius is a celestial goddess, a star of unconditional love and wisdom at an extremely high vibration. It brings deep soul awakening, spiritual gifts, and a high capacity for divine service. And this is why sometimes you have people who are aligned to these frequencies and they have a very hard time manifesting on earth in our society, because the society is trained for the complete opposite. Society is trained to be selfish, independent, grinding, all the stuff. Who says you have to grind to accomplish something? When I went to Peru, it was not easy. I had to do a lot of efforts, but it's not like people were purposely putting me through it.
Hey, Mommy,
to make me grind. It was already complicated enough that, at the school they gave me a job. Yeah, you walked to Machu Picchu. Then I took Esteban.
Machu Picchu.
I had to do my visa, to turn my tourist visa from a work visa. I had to be at 7 a.m. every day at the immigration, months of paperwork. But the school, they were supporting. They were giving me the paperwork. They gave me the job. Life is already difficult enough that we don't have to put barriers to each other, And the American mentality, it's always, be selfish, have to grind. It's like a game almost, to put each other in struggle and see if they're gonna be resourceful. Seriously, like you're gonna tell me if I'm resourceful. I've been living in so many countries around the world. The only country where I've been struggling is America. Maybe the problem doesn't come from me. Maybe there's some little twitch we can do in the society. Seriously.
Ow.
Lady of the Stars is also an empowerment of all other oracles in this deck. And you see, I have so many friends that are so amazing goddesses. Like I'm talking about Davi, Dani, who has the juices of prepared plant, Marie-Sela from Healing with Numbers. All girls that we're all broke. We all have amazing ideas and service to bring to the world, but the people don't go for that. They dream with the millionaires, and don't get me wrong, they're amazing, but there's some stuff like, why blocking people? Why blocking their way to success? It's like the monopoly of men and the women, the amazing women who have so much to bring to the world. Who's giving them a chance? Who's giving them away? Even working at the United Nations is so difficult. They're promoting women and everything, but what you have to do to get there, it's a minimal amount of, it's like a funnel. It's a minimal, they're doing what they can to help, but it's in every organization, in every way, in every community. We have to open the door for these women. It drives me nuts to see all my friends. I'm like, man, give me $1 million so I can give all these girls a job. Every time I have an event, I can buy a bunch of juices from her, and the other one I can hire her so she can make a clothing line. I don't know, create a microeconomy, It just drives me crazy to see all these angels struggling in a society that actually needs them more than people who are constantly every day telling you that you suck, and that's not true. They encourage you, but by constantly showing you how to get better, it makes you believe that you're not enough. You are enough. Okay, you don't need to have a resume like this of 25 pages to be a good person. Okay, so my friend Davi, she wants the simple life. She wants to have a community, to raise her baby good. She left her restaurant because she wanted to raise her baby well and have all her time to raise her baby. Can you imagine? This is amazing. Like, all the mothers just to dedicate their time for the kids.
Mommy,
what?
Where's my goodie?
I don't know. Where did you put it? I didn't take it.
I left it on the bed. Did you put it?
No, but then I made the bed. Go check if it's under the pillow or something. It's difficult. For me, it's difficult to give him all my attentions. Like, I went from being independent and striving and having friends and going out and working to being stuck, being someone's wife and having no choice to do what I want. I mean, I traveled and everything, but if I want to move out, I have to ask permission. If I want to work, I have my son. I'm depending on the schedule, you know. Then you try to go out and do something, and all day, mommy, let's go, mommy, let's go, let's go. Like I honestly, I feel like my life stopped when I had a kid. I love him. I would do it again because, of course, he's amazing. But as a woman, I don't like to be a mother. It's just not. I have no money. I'm broke. I have no friends. I don't go out. I don't have fun. Like, literally, mothers should be freaking paid to be mothers. It's society is just going backwards. She tells you to pay attention because something significant is taking place right now. Syrian energy takes the inner path and the spiritual healing journey into a whole new stratosphere. It is wise, ancient, and an extremely high vibrational energy. It takes a certain level of soul evolution to be able to consciously register Syrian light and transmit it on this planet. The heart in question must be able to consciously cultivate unconditional love for it to occur. However, unconditional love doesn't mean unconditional acceptance and tolerance. You know, I think it's Elizabeth Hoekstra who said that. I agree. However, we can still receive Syrian light and healing assistance even if we are still learning to more consistently come from unconditional love. We will feel it more and more strongly as we grow spiritually, but even in our learning phase, we can open our heart to this divine celestial goddess and allow her, through her priestess Lady Isis, to bless us with genuine spiritual gifts. Goddess Sirius, through her priestess Lady Isis, is reaching to you now. She has offerings of great spiritual support and a message that there is something significant that you need to be aware of in your life right now too. Accepting celestial assistance in unconditional love of Sirius will help you now. To receive the assistance, you can choose to surrender into your heart and allow divine love to infuse and heal, direct and unfold all aspects of your life and growth. It is total trust and surrender with absolute faith that even unexpected twists and turns will be leading you in the best direction. Advanced souls are capable of feeling and receiving the high vibrational love from the Syrian star system more consciously and consistently. It can come to feel like Stop it.
Okay.
It can come... where was I?
It can come.
To feel like a perpetual spiritual sun above the crown of your head. Oh, that's you, Esteban. Nourishing you with light all the time. Screaming. Causing your own soul light to grow brighter. As you surrender into your heart, your soul light will feel more and more palpable to you. Imagine that you're supposed to love your children, right? And we do. But in the end, they're the cause of you not being able to work, not being able to have a conversation.
Boys are doing it, not girls.
Yeah. So how is this that we're supposed to embrace motherhood, you know, if society doesn't support you? For me, I love him, but I associate being a mother to being broke and struggling and not being able to enjoy your conversation because every time I'm on the phone, he's there screaming, you know, and...
No, I'm not screaming every time. Sometimes.
Yes, baby. But you're amazing and I love you. But let's have a universal income. Let's create a universal income for everybody and mostly for single mothers or single parents because this is so difficult. That would change everything. That would change everything to my work. I'm not paid for my work. Okay, I think that makes it even more special because even though I'm not paid for it, I kept working because I believe this is so important. It's not even what I say. It's just to make you discover cool books and cool remedies and cool stuff, you know, that exist because in America, people don't travel a lot. Americans travel within America. The French people travel all around the world. Americans, they travel in America because they are told so much that this is the greatest nation in the world that they don't have to go see anywhere else. And Then they don't know other cultures, they don't know other stuff. They think that fast food and AC is the thing, you know. But if you go other places, you see perfumes, you see spices, you see natural remedies, then you can learn other ways of living that leads to other ways of thinking, and that leads to other ways of building relationships and society. This is why I'm showing all this, because every time I stop to give up, then I meet someone who's like either angry or super close-minded, or someone who hurts me, and I'm like, this cannot be in society. We have to keep speaking up, you know, to show more acceptance. So this is why I'm doing it, even though I'm broke, even though I'm not paid for it, and even though I have only 5 views on my YouTube.
No, you're in the 500s.
Even though I love people who, you know, they love you, but they won't step up to help you. This is huge lesson of life, but I really don't feel like I belong to this dimension.
No,
it's crazy.
You do.
How do you descend? If you want to bring heaven on earth, you have to open the pathways to descend these energies into the actual 3D. Okay, but you can open the pathway on your own.
This is 3D.
But other people who already have the path can help you pass through. And by you going, you will lead the way for other people as well. How can you pretend that you're opening the way if you're to so many, if you're blocking the way of all the peoples that you're taking the ideas from? I don't know. This is just stuff I don't understand, but we're here to learn, right? Because oh my God, I'm so much better. I'm such a much better person now that after all these life lessons. Well, because I was really horrible before.
Louder.
Louder, baby. You're right. The priestess Lady Isis wishes to help your soul to connect with Sirius, and you connect with your soul so that the full blessing of the celestial star goddess can nourish and transform your life, allowing its course to run true to your real and genuine divine passions. Even if you're not sure what those passions are yet, your soul knows, and Syrian energy helps your soul to be itself on its planet. Be yourself. You don't have to be creative through painting. You can be anything, but at least listening to your ideas, be creative. It opens up, you know, to your intuition and hopefully your greater path. I wish it for me. I wish it for everybody. Have a good day, everybody.
Hold on. Say something.
Say something.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.